This is right here.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine this is at the top of the priority list for most kids on Delmarva.
Yeah, pure fun under the summer sun, but that's the kids.
That's the kids. When it comes to mom and dad, their priority might be more along the lines of how little Jack and Jill can avoid the summer slide while out of school. Well, you know what? Here's a gentleman who might be able to help with that. This is the 2021 Somerset County Teacher of the Year, Mr. Logan Webster. Logan, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us today. So explain real quick what the summer slide is.
So the summer slide, Johns Hopkins University did a lot of research about 40 years ago on this whole idea of, over the course of in between school years, a lot of students will lose some of their content, and by the time they come back, it's up to teachers to kind of re-prepare them. We find that this divide and the issues of the summer slide are even more severe when it comes to low-income families and special education and English language learners. So we all know as teachers that we're going to have to re-prepare students at the start of the next school year.
In other words, remind them what you've already taught them.
Correct,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
But the summer slide can make that even more severe for those kind of categories that we just described.
Gotcha.
So I imagine one way to help with that, to help avoid it, is to get the kids reading, because that keeps the mind moving, right? But what if you have a reluctant reader?
Absolutely. So I think especially today we have so many adaptations of movies and TV shows turned into books, and there's spin-offs that are turned into books. And I feel like practically every show on Netflix eventually turns into a book that someone can go and read. So I feel like that is the niche that I would give to those reluctant readers, is maybe give them a little glimpse of the show first, and then say, well, you can kind of find out the rest in the book. That's usually...
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. So a lot of kids look forward to summer camp. I mean, is summer camp a bad idea?
No, I don't think so at all. I think in Somerset County they did an awesome job this year, and I don't know for sure if we've done it in the past, but this year there's a huge emphasis on enrichment camps and getting students to come to these camps that were put together by teachers in their, kind of other areas that they might be experts in that are outside of the classroom.
Okay.
We have a 2.5-year-old and a 5-month-old, and so we're trying to find ways to get the 2.5-year-old out of the house, but every camp that we looked into kind of starts around 3. But in doing that, we found lots of different resources from Crown Sports Center, the County Parks and Rec, the library, Barnes & Noble, all different things and camps that students can go to, and definitely, if nothing else, get that social interaction at it. But there's also just so many good activities that keep the mind running there.
Yeah, like Warwick has the Summer Scholars, which my kids went to. It was great. So let's talk about going on vacation. Do you have suggestions for keeping that mind moving on vacation?
I do, and I wish that I had kind of had this own suggestion for myself as a kid. As a lover of history, I wish that I would have done this same suggestion. And say there's plenty of families that go to the same place every year. I always suggested that to help with the summer slide, it might be useful to actually research a place that you're going to go, maybe a historical place within the Outer Banks. That's something, just as a history nerd, I wish I had done as a kid. And then that kind of gives maybe that same place that you're always going a different feel, because now you're getting the history behind it and going to see a historical site and learn a little bit about that.
Well, it's been the last year and a half, 15 months, I guess, technically. Kids having to stay at home. That lack of socialization, that's an issue too, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. I think that's where the summer camps, besides the learning aspect of it, I think the social interaction is just so critical there. Even if it's not going to a summer camp, I think just getting outside and playing with the neighbors at this point is something that so many kids have missed for so long, that it's going to be so useful for them when we go back to some sense of normalcy for the next school year.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, get them to the days where you go out in the morning, come in for lunch, go out for the afternoon, come in for dinner. That's how it used to be.
Exactly. That's where we're at with my daughter right now.
Yeah. 2021 Somerset County Teacher of the Year, Logan Webster. Great advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Thank you
again.
very much.
That's awesome. Well done.